Hello, guys. Try Megatrove here, and we're back with another review. This time, we're talking about a college production of Into the Woods. Now, this was requested by my dear friend Connor, who's in this play, and I said, Connor, I love you, so I'm gonna do it for you. And yeah, so here we are. Anyway, what I think, it was pretty good for parts of it, but let's get into it. Uh, at the beginning, I knew nothing about this play. I only knew about the movie, which I could not watch because God just did not want me to. All I knew is that James Corden was in it, and he's a judge, so I don't care. And I knew nothing about the story. I thought it was about like Little Red Riding Hood being the shit out of Hansel and Gretel with something. I don't know. Anyway, but let's move on. What I think of the let's talk about the story, characters, and songs. I feel like those are the most important things. The story, I thought it was pretty good for the first act. The second act, you could leave it. The first act is basically about three characters going into the woods to find their goal, like gotta get food for by selling my cow, or gotta. I don't know why Cinderella went into the woods. she kind of just went in there to get the dress. And then comes back for no reason. I don't know. I know it's to run away from the prince, but you could literally go anywhere else. Anyway, and the baker and the baker's wife is collect all the infinity stones, and yeah, to get yourself a baby. And they're like, oh, cool. And yeah, the story was good. It's really nothing much. It's about how it's basically just the bakers and the baker's wife looking for the materials, which is fun. I like a cool MacGuffin quest and how they have to solve problems and all that stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it with the first act. The second act, I don't know. It quite literally did not need to exist. Essentially, the giant's wife from Jack and the Beanstalk coming in taking revenge because his husband died, and like, why do you exist? The first act ended so well. Everyone got their happy ending, like a baby, money, uh, living a better life than whatever the hell Cinderella. Oh, the father was so evil in this. But yeah, uh, but yeah, it did not really need to exist. Like, it's more of a character thing with the baker, Cinderella. That's about it, and the witch. Those three characters are the main focal points of that act, which is cool, I guess. Like Cinderella realizing, oh, it's just Denji. I was more happy having less and all that stuff. The witch is like, eh, and the baker's like, how am I gonna take care of my child without all by myself? Because the baker's wife cheated on him with the prince, Cinderella's prince, and then fucking dies. She sings a whole ass song saying how she shouldn't have done it and going back, and then dies immediately. And then we learn it from Jack taking her scarf. That is funny. But yeah, that's basically it. I just thought the story wasn't that great. It's more of a character thing than a story thing, but hey. Mm. So yeah, if I joined them, first act B, second act C minus. But yeah, what else? Let's talk about the characters. This play has too many characters, I will say. But let's talk about some of my favorites and least favorites. Uh, I think my favorites were definitely Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk and Little Red Riding Hood from Hoodwinked. And I thought like because they were the most fun whenever they were on screen, so you can tell they had a lot of fun. They bring a lot of personality. Like Jack is like, you got Milky White? Here's 10 million gold, sir. I'm gonna milk him dry. And like, but you can only milk a few more cows. I know. and then leaves. And then Little Red Riding Hood is like, I should not trust anyone. And then, oh, I got eaten. Vor. And then afterwards, like, I get to murder now. Stab, stab, stab. That's basically it in the first and second act. It's like, she becomes desensitized with murder. She will kill anything, and I love it. But yeah, those are my favorite. Who is my least favorite? It's sad to say, Cinderella. Okay, just because she does nothing in the first act. Like, she shows up as cameos. She's like, oh man, these shoes freaking suck. Oh well, peace, you can't have them. And then leaves. She gets one song at the very beginning and then I forgot about and then leaves. Second act, she's more of a character. She's like, oh, I don't know. She's more of a character though. I don't really remember because it's the second act, so it's hard for me to remember that act. But yeah, I will say she's more of a character. I keep saying that, and yeah. But let's talk about the main characters. Baker's and the Baker's wife. James Corden and whoever the hell played the Baker's wife in the movie. They were good. Again, we talked about it. It's like the main focal point. They were fun. I liked a lot of their scenes. I liked It Takes Two, their song, and that's quite literally about it. They were fine. I don't know. I think they were the weakest. Like, with being such a main character cast, they're fine. Honestly, I wouldn't say weak. That's Cinderella because she does nothing. But the witch, she's also just like a cameo character in the first act. She's like, "Ha! You got the freaking cow and the little Red Riding Hood. Very good. Now, peace, bye." And that's it. Like, okay, bye, I guess. So yeah. Other than that, the characters are good, but there was just too many. Like, there were so many characters, and most of them didn't do anything. The biggest example is Rapunzel. She was in this story, like, oh wow, I like Tangled. That's my only thing about Rapunzel that I know of. Tangled. I wonder what she's gonna do. Has twins and screams. Does nothing, screams, and has twins. That's it. That's her whole thing. Like, wow. How pointless are you? She's there just because it's like a red herring. It's like, you need to find hair as yellow as corn. And then, oh, what? I can't touch any of the materials. And because she's Rapunzel's mother. But again, she doesn't really do anything. She's just there because of the yellow hair thing. And like, wow, you're so pointless. But it's crazy because at the beginning they said, little did the baker know that the sister that he lost was actually Rapunzel. And like, oh wow, I hope they bring that up someday. No, not even the second act. She just screams and leaves. She probably just dies somewhere. But yeah, that's it. Like, what? Really? You're gonna do nothing at all? Okay, I guess. That's fine. But yeah. There's Prince Charmings, both for Rapunzel and Cinderella. Cinderella's Prince Charming was played by my friend who told me to do this. I love him. And in their song Agni, they ripped off their shirt. Like, they showed off their chest. Well, only my friend who showed off his bare chest. Rapunzel just had a shirt underneath. Which is still funny, but hey. Oh no, it's funny. That song was funny. Anyway. Anyone else? I guess there's a steward who fucking murked Jack's mom. I called him when I saw him in the cast look. I said, "Who the hell's Stewart?" And like, oh wait, Steward. And I thought that was really funny. I thought that was a funny joke that I made there. Anyway, let's go. But yeah, there's just too many characters. Most of them had very little roles, which makes sense. So that alleviates that, but still, I don't know. It's just a lot. Other characters I liked was the Big Bad Wolf. He had a cool voice and a cool song, but that's really about it. Then there is the Gremlin Man, how my friends described him, who is also the narrator. He's like, I'm gonna help you by stealing your cow. Bye bye. Oh, you want this cow back? Here you go. Oh, here's the corn. Actually, you need to take the hair from it because Rapunzel didn't mean shit. It's actually corn hair. And then it turns out to be his father, and then he dies immediately when we learn that fact. It's like, I am actually see him, and dies. He was also the narrator, which is fun. I like having a omnipotent freaking reader present, but then he dies immediately. But then he dies too in the second act. It's like, who's this guy? Oh wait, he's just here no matter what. Let's kill him. And then he dies, and then the story goes crazy, which makes sense, I guess. Anyway, but that's it for the characters. They were all fun. Most of them just had very low parts or just did nothing. Too. They're all performed really well. That's all I have to say, really. Anyway, lastly, let's get to the songs. They were fine. I didn't really care for them. They were literally one year out the other songs. And yeah, there's nothing much for me to say. I liked some of them. There's like It Takes Two, Agony, and the Witch's Song in the second act, but that's really about it. Everyone else is like either you exist or I don't really care. Which sucks. I like musical songs. I love Book of Mormon, I love Aladdin, I love Legally Blonde soundtracks. But this one is just not for me, I guess. And I think the main problem is a lot of the main songs have so many people talking over each other. It's like I'm gonna find the hubba, and then they synchronize with into the woods, and like, okay, I hate that, but okay. But yeah, I just did not care for the songs. It sucks. This is a musical, so if you don't have good songs, you're like missing the main half the main point with doing a musical. But hey, that's about it, really. I do want to talk about one thing. The set design was really good. So much so that I stole a piece of it. As seen as this picture right here. I stole it. I was totally not given it to me by someone in a dumpster saying, "Hey, you want a set?" This is a set, and like I said, "Hell yeah!" And I wanted to also talk about the comedy because I feel like it's funny. There's some funny comedy bits, like how at the very beginning the narrator dropped his book and everything froze. And like, oh, that's fun. It's like because it's a storybook, so it makes sense. And then I think one of my favorite bits was the gremlin guy coming up to the baker saying, "Hey, do you want a cow?" And I'm guessing is either a bit in the play or the wheels actually malfunction. It's like, because they're trying so hard to pull it, and then the gremlin guy was like, "Hold on a minute," and then picks it up and like, "Here's your cow." And then the baker's like, "Oh, there's a cow." And then, God, there's something in my nose. Anyway, the baker's like trying to grab it too, but again, it didn't work, so he just picks it up, and that was really funny. But I don't know if that's an original play. Probably it is, but who knows? Anyway, and there I want to talk about this. At the very end of the first act, someone dropped their mic, and everyone was stomping around it, and it was really funny. But yeah, that's honestly, but yeah, that's about it. That's all I really had to say about this. It was a good play. Anyway, hope you have a good rest of your day. See ya.